Hi, I'm James Norton with Minnesota Monthly. We are here in Northeast Minneapolis at Sociable Cider Werks. I'm joined here by Chef Ian Gray.
Hello.
And Jim Watkins from Sociable. Jim, tell me about where we are. What do you guys do here? When did you get rolling? What's the story of Sociable Cider Werks?
Yep, we're a cider maker. We source all of our apples locally, and we make ciders that appeal a little bit more to the craft beer drinker. We make things that are dry and crisp and not particularly sweet. Yeah, we've been open to the public for about a year now.
Cool. And what's your story? You've got a food truck, the Curious Goat.
Yep, it's Curious Goat. I'm co-owner with that. We opened up about 3.5, 4 months ago.
Okay. Ian, what are we going to make today?
We're making goat burgers and from Singing Hills Goat Dairy. That's where we source all our goat products. And we'll be topping it today with some kale and fresh cheese curds from the same farm.
That sounds good, and maybe we can bring it in and pair it up with a little beer and cider.
We got a couple surprises for you. A cider and a beer I think are going to pair really nicely.
Cool. Well, let's head out to the truck and give this a shot. All right. Well, let's get to mixing. What all is going in here, and what's happening as we put these goat burgers together?
Well, we got a pound of goat meat from Singing Hills Goat Dairy. We got about 3 or 4 ounces of their chev, various herbs, salt, pepper, and red pepper flakes. What I'm trying to do with the cheese is adding a little bit more richness.
So now it looks like you got this pretty well mixed up. Do you want to just keep going for a while, or at what point do we know that we're done mixing the burgers?
As soon as you incorporate all the chev, where it's not too chunky and it just kind of looks like one cohesive color.
Okay.
With the speckled green of all the herbs.
All right. So now the meat's going to hit the griddle.
Meat's hitting the griddle. We got it nice and hot. We got our burgers. Going to patty those out. And this can certainly be done beforehand. Give it a little more salt and pepper on either side before we throw it down. I'm going to say about 3 or 4 minutes each side. And
okay.
So we're getting it nice and good on one side, and then we'll flip them. And then we're going to throw cheese curds and kale to the side and saute those with a little oil. Some more aromatics, again, just to kind of brighten them up like they are on the burger. And then that's going to go on top. So we're throwing down some buns.
What are these other herbs you're throwing in with the kale right now?
We got marjoram, rosemary, thyme, parsley, and some chives.
Okay. This looks so good.
Here we go.
All right, so we are officially here at my favorite part of the cook-like segment, the part where we get to eat the food we've been talking about for the last few minutes. Jim, you've got some Sociable Cider Werks product here that's going to complement the food. What are we drinking as we eat?
We've got I got 2 very different things here in front of you. I've got one of our apple products, which is kind of what we're known for, obviously, and then this is Hop a Wheelie, which is our dry hop cider. This is a Czech Pils that we did, which is very it's very prototypical of a Czech Pils. It's light, it's crisp, it's refreshing. It's actually, in terms of like where it would fit on a flavor wheel or flavor profile, it's not that different than Hop a Wheelie, but obviously very different fermentables. This is all grain, whereas this is an apple backbone. So
this burger's got so much sort of depth and smokiness and kind of creaminess to it that both of these, I think, are kind of cutting through that and complementing it at the same time. It's a really nice pairing. It's a really good burger.
Thank you.
So this is a heck of a good team here going on. Jim, thank you for having us here. Ian, thanks so much for hosting us. This has been delicious. We are at Sociable Cider Werks. We've enjoyed the food of the Curious Goat. I'm James Norton for Minnesota Monthly's Cook Like. Please come back in a month. We're going to have more delicious food.